Good morning, children. Let's start our next story from our supplementary reader, that is Moments, and the name of the lesson is The Last Leaf. This story is written by O. Henry. Children, this is a very inspiring story. We get two messages when we read this story. This story tells us that we need to have a spirit of sacrifice in our life, and at the same time we should have a positive attitude in our life. We should always be positive, whatever happens, whatever comes in our way. We should not be worried, we should not feel disheartened, we should not feel low, but we should have a positive attitude towards life, because after every cloud has a silver lining. After darkness, the sunrise will be there, that is sure. So let's start our story. It is autumn. The story is set in the time when there is autumn season. The wind is blowing hard and it is raining heavily. All the leaves on the ivy creeper, ivy is a plant and it's a creeper, have fallen except one. One leaf is left on the ivy creeper. Why doesn't that last leaf fall? What was the reason for this leaf not to fall? So let's read the story and discover about it. Sue and Johnsy, two young artists, shared a small flat. These two girls named Sue and Johnsy, they both live in one small flat. The flat was on the third story of an old house. It was on the third floor of an old building. Johnsy fell very seriously ill in November. Johnsy, one of the two friends, fell ill in the month of November. She had pneumonia. Because of this weather, she caught with pneumonia. She would lie in her bed without moving, just gazing out of the window, looking continuously at or staring continuously at. Johnsy fell ill, she had pneumonia, and all the time she was laying in her bed only looking at something out of her window. Sue, her friend, became worried. Her friend got worried. What was the reason? She sent for the doctor. She called a doctor too at the same time. Although he came every day, there was no change in Johnsy's condition. She was not getting better. One day, doctor took Sue aside and asked her, "Is there anything worrying Johnsy?" Doctor asked Sue, "Is there anything that she is worried about?" "No," replied Sue. "But why do you ask?" Sue replied that there is nothing. I don't think so. There is anything that is worrying her. But what was the reason for you to ask so? The doctor said, "Johnsy, it seems, has made her mind up that she is not going to get well." Doctor is telling Sue that Johnsy has made her mind that she will not get well. If she doesn't want to live, medicines will not help her. See, it's a willpower. She has lost her willpower to live. She has lost her will to live. So that is why doctor said that medicines will not work if she will not have the will to live. Sue tried her best to make Johnsy take an interest in things around her. Her friend Sue took a lot of pain to make her feel good. She talked about clothes, fashion, but Johnsy did not respond. Johnsy continued to lie still on her bed. She was lying continuously still without making any movement in her bed. Sue brought her drawing board into Johnsy's room and started painting. Her friend Sue, did everything possible within her reach to make Johnsy feel good or better. She brought the drawing board into her room where she was drawing. To take Johnson's mind off her illness, she whistled while working. While she was painting something on the board, she whistled also, so that her Johnsy would be distracted from her thoughts. Suddenly Sue heard Johnsy whisper something. Suddenly Sue heard that Johnsy was something she was whispering, speaking softly. She quickly rushed to the bed and heard Johnsy counting backward. She heard that Johnsy has starting counting backward. She was looking out of the window and was saying 12. After some time she whispered 11, 10, and then 9, 8, 7. Sue anxiously looked out of the window. Now Sue was worried. What she is looking at, and why is she counting in such a way? She saw an old ivy climbing halfway up the brick wall opposite their window. Opposite to their window, there was a brick wall. On that wall, ivy creeper was climbing. Okay, but that creeper was halfway, and it in the strong wind outside, the creeper was shedding its leaf. The creeper was continuously shedding its leaf. What is it, dear? Sue asked. Sue asked, what is it? 6, whispered Johnsy. Now Johnsy whispered 6. They are falling faster now. She said they are falling faster now. 3 days ago, there was almost 100 of leaves. There are only 5 left now. She was worried. There were hundreds of leaves 3 days ago, but now there are only 5 leaves left. It is autumn, said Sue. Sue said it's a autumn season. Definitely leaves would fall. When the last leaf fall, I will die, said Johnsy with finality. And finally she said that when the last leaf of this ivy creeper would fall, she is going to die. Oh, that's nonsense, replied Sue. Sue said, this is nonsense, nothing like that. What have old ivy leaf to do with your getting well? What old ivy leaf have to do with your illness? The doctor is confident that you will get better. She was making her positive by saying that. Doctor was confident that she would feel better. Johnsy did not say anything. Sue went and brought her a bowl of soup. I do not want any soup, said Johnsy. I am not hungry. Now there are only 4 leaves left. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark, and then I will sleep forever. How bad she was feeling, how she was relating her life to this ivy creeper. Sue sat on Johnsy's bed, kissed her, and said, you are not going to die. I can't draw the curtain for I need the light. I want to finish the painting and get some money for us. She said, I cannot pull the curtain even so that you do not look out. She won't be able to put the curtain because she has to draw the painting and she has to sell this painting so that she can bring some money for both of them. Please, my dear friend, she begged Johnsy, promise me not to look out of the window while I'll paint. She told Johnsy not to look out of the window while she was painting. All right, said Johnsy. Johnsy said, okay, fine, I won't look out of the window. Finish your painting soon, for I want to see the last leaf fall. She asked Sue that she should finish her painting fast so that she could see the last leaf falling. I am tired of waiting. I have to die, so let me go away peacefully like those poor tired leaf. How depressed she was feeling, how she was relating her life to these ivy leaves. Try to sleep, said Sue. Sue told her to sleep. I have to paint an old miner. She said, I have to draw the painting of an old miner. I will call Behram up to be my model. She said, I am going to call Behram. Behram is another painter who lives in their building only, and I will call her. Sue rushed down. She rushed down. Behram lived on the ground floor. Behram was living at the ground floor. He was 60 years old painter. He was also a painter and he was 60 years old. His lifelong dream was to paint a masterpiece. The aim or the dream of his life was to draw a masterpiece. But that had remained a dream. Sue poured out her worries to Behram. Sue told everything to Berman. She told him how Johnsy was convinced that she would die when the last leaf fell. She told him everything. Is she stupid? Asked Berman. Berman asked him, is she stupid? How can she be so foolish? She is running a high temperature, complained Sue. Sue told that her fever is not coming down, temperature is not coming down. She refuses to eat or drink and that worries me a lot. I'll come with you and see Johnsy. Berman said, I will come with you and I'll see Johnsy myself. They tiptoed into the room. They ran to the room. Johnsy was sleeping. Sue drew the curtain together and they went to the next room. Now she pulled the curtain and they were in the next room. She peeped out through the window. There was only one leaf on the creeper, and it was raining heavily, and icy cold wind was blowing. It seemed as though the leaf would fall any minute now. Now, Sue saw that it's raining heavily and its wind is blowing, so the leaf may fall at any time. Behrman did not say a word. Behrman did not utter a word. He went back to his room. Johnsy woke up next morning. In a feeble voice, she asked Sue to draw the curtain. She asked Sue to remove the curtain. Sue was nervous. Sue was very nervous. She drew back the curtains very reluctantly. Hesitantly, she drew the curtain back. Oh, Sue exclaimed as she looked at the vine creeper. Look, there is still one leaf on the creeper. She asked Johnsy to look out to see that there is still one leaf left on the creeper. It looks quite green and healthy. The leaf was green and healthy. In spite of the storm and the fierce wind, it did not fall. I heard the wind last night, said Johnsy. Johnsy said, I too heard the sound of the wind. I thought it would have fallen. She said, I thought it would have fallen down. The leaf would have fallen down. It will surely fall today, then I will die. Now she said, it will surely fall today and you won't die, said Sue energetically. Energetically, Sue told her that she's not going to enthusiastically. She said she will not die. You have to live for your friends. What would happen to me if you die? She was making her friend feeling better, was telling her importance in her life. Johnsy smiled weakly and closed her eyes. After every hour or so, she would look out of the window and find the leaf still there, and the leaf was intact over there. It seemed to be clinging to the creeper. It seemed that the leaf is still sticking to the creeper. In the evening, there was another storm, but the leaf did not fall. Johnsy lay for a long time looking at the leaf. Then she called out to Sue. Then she called Sue. I have been a bad girl. You have looked after me so lovingly, and I have not cooperated with you. She said, you are my good friend. You have done a lot for me, but I have not cooperated well with you. I have been depressed and gloomy. I was feeling bad and I was feeling low. The last leaf has shown me how wicked I have been. The last leaf has shown me how bad am I. I have realized that it is a sin to want to die. She said she has realized it's a very bad idea, or it's a sin to have a will to die. Sue hugged Johnsy. Then she gave her lots of hot soup and a mirror. Johnsy combed her hair and smiled brightly. In the afternoon, the doctor came. After examining his patient, he told Sue, Johnsy now has the will to live. I am confident she will recover soon. The doctor announced that she is going to be better now. Now I must go downstairs and see Behrman. He is also suffering from pneumonia, but I am afraid there is no hope for him. Now doctor told them that Behrman is also caught with pneumonia and there is very less hope for him to survive. Next morning, Sue came and sat on Johnsy's bed. Taking Johnsy's hand in hers, she said, I have something to tell you. She said, I have to tell you something. Mr. Behrman died of pneumonia this morning. She told Johnsy that Mr. Behrman died because of pneumonia this morning. He was ill for only 2 days. He was suffering from pneumonia only for 2 days. The first day, the janitor found him on his bed. The man who comes to look for the housekeeping person, he found Mr. Behrman lying on the bed. His clothes and shoes were wet and he was shivering. He had been out in that stormy night. See children, now you are going to get the twist. Then they found a lantern still lighted, lying near his bed. Then they found a lantern and a ladder also in his room. There were also some brushes, green and yellow paints on the floor near the ladder. All these things were lying near the ladder. Johnsy dear, said Sue, look out of the window. Look at the ivy leaf. Haven't you wondered why it does not flutter when the wind blows? Why have you have not noticed it, that it is not moving, shaking at all when the wind is blowing? That's Behrman's masterpiece. He painted it the night the last leaf fell. See how one man sacrificed his life for another person, and the person, that is why there are two messages are being given in this story by the writer O. Henry, that we should have a spirit of sacrifice, and we should also have at the same time a positive attitude in the life. So children, this is all about the story, and try to find out the meaning of difficult words and the answers also at the same time. Thank you.